Welcome back. Again, we're going to be here with Will and Luke looking at some ICOs. We were going to do a market review, but it didn't make great reading this week, so we'll probably leave it alone. Huh? We looked at two ICOs, both relating to money, Acorn and SaveDroid. Who took what? Nice shirts, by the way, lads.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Colour coordinated match. Who did what? Acorn and SaveDroid. Which one?
I did SaveDroid.
I took the Acorn Collective.
Okay, Acorn Collective. Tell us a bit about that.
So the Acorn Collective are basically a decentralized crowdfunding platform like Kickstarter or Indiegogo. It's quite ironic because ICOs in themselves are technically crowdfunding mechanisms. So what they aim to do is replace platforms like Kickstarter by reducing transaction fees and fees from campaigns. So essentially, if you have a product and you want to build it, you go onto their platform, you list your campaign, you say, we want, say, €1 million, and then anyone who invests in your product will get the product when it's created.
So they're in ICO at the moment, or what phase are they at?
So they're going for ICO on the 28th of April, but they successfully closed their pre-ICO.
Did they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit kind of moot. I mean, what's the point in it if it is? I mean,
the point.
Yeah, like you say, it's an ICO for
the point
an ICO.
Is ICOs you won't have to be a cryptocurrency to run a campaign on their platform. So anyone can run a campaign on their platform. So if you have a food shop where you want to start creating healthy food, you can go onto their platform, do Kickstarter, and you don't have to run ICO, so you don't have to issue tokens. You won't be reliant on cryptocurrencies.
So from a user's point of view, you think it makes sense, or?
I don't know if it necessarily makes sense, but what gets me is the crowdfunding industry is huge. I think by 2025 it's projected to grow revenue between $90 billion and $1 trillion per year, and that's excluding ICOs primarily. So for people who do want to raise money through crowdfunding and eliminate those transaction fees that Kickstarter have, I think it does make sense.
Okay, but this company's business model is what then? If they're not going to be, if they just want to make money instead of Kickstarter making money, or?
So their business model, they're going to have feature projects, so you can pay for a feature project to be listed at the top of their campaign. And as well as that, they're actually going to offer consultancy services. So they're going to help these projects grow from a technical perspective, marketing perspective, business development, and take a fee for that.
So it's kind of like an incubator sort of.
Yeah, and one weird thing that they had was that they're also going to use some money that they raised to invest in real estate. Estate, ICOs, and securities. Yeah, it's very random, and they've projected that for every $1 million that they invest, they'll get between 50,000 and 100,000 back per year, so 5 to 10% ROI. But it's definitely just something that's out there.
Where are they based?
So they're based out of Gibraltar at the moment.
Okay.
That's their place. And to be honest, they actually have quite a solid team behind them. So the team come from a medical background. The co-founders, one is from a medical background and the other has 40 years in credit risk in the banking industry. And they have guys who have cybersecurity experience, guys who helped, who are contributors to the Bitcoin core development, marketing strategists, startup developers, and then they also have, I think, 12 advisors, a lot of them who have blockchain experience themselves too.
But does it not, I mean, to me on the surface, it sounds just like it's an outright security token.
Yeah,
right?
so
what's the token? I mean,
they don't really address that in the white paper, and it's one thing that I would like to learn more about, but they don't address it at all really, and there is not a huge amount of utility to it, so it probably will be a security token.
But it seems like it's a platform that exists already successfully. No, I mean, if you take Kickstarter, you don't need blockchain in order to run Kickstarter, right?
No.
So even to remove some of those transaction fees, all you have to do is to make it cheaper, to do it in a way that,
they don't have a huge USP, but if they can develop a platform that is a lot cheaper than Kickstarter, I think they might get some good traction.
Well, sure, you and I could do that. Like, I mean, we could, for sure. Okay, but they've hit their soft cap already, is it? Or they
pre-sale close successfully.
And what's their soft and hard cap look like?
Their hard cap is $100 million, and their soft cap is $5 million.
What would they do? What's their plan for $100 million?
They don't have a huge plan. That was one thing that worried me a lot.
Buy more property.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe they'll be using a lot of that for.
Have they even talked about where the property would be, or is there anything like that?
No, there's only a few paragraphs in the white paper about investing in properties, securities, ICOs. They also said that they're going to use their money to invest in ICOs.
Okay,
and venture capitalists.
And how has this been scored? I mean, how's it been received? What's the community like?
They have a 4 on ICO bench, and I think they had 44 expert ratings.
And what's the name of it again, just?
So it's the Acorn Collective.
The Acorn Collective, okay.
And I contacted them on Telegram. They couldn't actually Skype in today, but they're going to be watching this once.
What's their Telegram? No, I'm sorry if I'm a bit. This is the first I've heard of it. It does sound like I'd love to hear how you're addressing the securities issue, particularly if you're based in Gibraltar, because I mean I think it's pretty clear, or I don't know, it seems to be something that would have to be addressed very soon.
Yeah, they have 8,000 members in their Telegram group. So they've some good traction already.
Mm-mm. Interesting. Yeah. So what's your take on it? How do you feel? What's your gut?
I think they have USP in the sense that they can reduce transaction fees, but you're right that anybody can do it. But I guess that's the same with a lot of projects. If you have a good team behind it and you have a good idea and you have a good user base, generally you can do well. But it's a case of it's really a case of taking the users from places like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and they haven't talked about how they're going to do that. So
it's a nice idea. There's a great team. They've got a good momentum. But there's a few issues.
But will that momentum continue is the question.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, well, thanks very much for that.
Yeah, no worries.
Will, tell us about who are you looking at?
SaveDroid. SaveDroid, they're a German fintech firm that they use artificial intelligence to build a platform for saving money and investing money.
Okay. What's your feeling on it? Is this kind of just another one that sounds kind of the same as?
Well, there's ICO actually closed on Friday.
Okay.
But I'm talking about it because I think they identified two good issues in that getting into cryptocurrencies can be quite inaccessible to average people, and also saving money is difficult and sometimes boring. Is the way they described it. So with regards to the market, they didn't actually give an in-depth analysis of the size of the market. They described it as a market with immense potential. I perhaps would have liked to see a little bit more in-depth analysis.
But what is the market exactly then?
The market is people who want to use cryptocurrencies and who want to save money. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of assuming that there are going to be people there who wanted that. I mean, this is one of the things I think all of us who have been, we're all converted, if you want, into the kind of idea that crypto is cool. But most people don't want to. They don't need. They want. They never have done. So why would they? So assuming that people will want to do something is kind of it's what we always say when we're looking at stuff is big assumptions are bad and many assumptions are terrible, right? So
they've got a couple of pretty cool mechanisms, I think. They use an algorithm, it's self-learning, and it's based on artificial intelligence called if this, then that rules. And they call it the smart money moves, or SMOVs. So this kind of gamifies the saving process. So say, for example, if I go for a 5-kilometer run, it will save €5 into my account. Or if I hit, these are just examples now, or if I hit snooze on my alarm, it would save 50 cents. So I think that is a fairly interesting mechanism in and of itself. They've also got an optimization of spend feature. So they give a crypto credit card out with their services, and this will analyze all your outgoings, and it will let you know if you can be getting a better deal elsewhere using artificial intelligence.
I'm not sure if I'm missing the point, but what is it exactly again? I mean, it sounds like a cool thing, but I'm not really sure exactly. Is it customer facing?
It is. It's a savings and investment platform.
Right.
So what they do is they kind of simplify the whole cryptocurrency space. You can change your fiat into cryptocurrency savings very easily. They use a nice user interface as opposed to in-depth tools you see on a lot of exchanges.
Have they got a working demo and stuff like that?
They don't have a working demo. They do have an application on the Google Play Store that has over 200,000 downloads.
Wow.
So basically all they're doing is they're migrating that platform with its AI features into the cryptocurrency space. Okay,
excellent. So that is kind of nice. We always like seeing existing user bases, right? Exactly. So it's something that they have a user base already. They're bringing out a new, they're launching their crypto iteration, I guess, of it, their new direction or their new, and funding it with an ICO. You said it closed. Did it close successfully?
It did close on Friday.
So they basically they hit what they needed in order to do it. Unlike this other one, Acorn Collective was a hard cap of 100 million.
MVP either.
But they want to hit 100 million.
Yeah.
What would they do with it if they don't even know?
Yeah, so they've distribution of funds, but it's very vague. It's just a pie chart.
Vague. We don't like that. We don't like vague.
It's the same for SaveDroid as well. They have the same model for how they're going to use the funds raised, regardless. It's a percentage. So say 50% goes to marketing, whether they raise 100 million or 1 million, which we spoke about a little bit with James last week, and it's not really an ideal model. Yeah. But they do have a cool model for locking up tokens, because obviously when the team and advisors get paid in tokens, if they can all just sell them at once, then that can have a profound effect on the ecosystem. Yeah. But some people will lock them up for a period of 6 months or a year. These guys will actually lock it up for a period of 5 years, and you're only allowed to release a segment every quarter.
It's the funniest thing ever, though, when people say, "Hey, do you want to join, or do you want to do some work for us? Join our advisory panel." It's like, "Oh yeah, okay. Well, tell me more about the project." Yeah, well, we're going to lock up all the tokens for the advisors, and So when am I going to get paid?
2 years.
In 6 months, if the token is worth anything at that point. It's a funny one. I don't really get it. I never really understand why you'd pay team and advisors out of your freshly minted tokens when you've raised in Ethereum, let's say. why not pay everyone out of Ethereum? Then you create fewer tokens, right? So which means there's fewer in the ecosystem, which means there's less chance of it being crashed when people want to.
And
I do agree
Does
with
that
you.
make sense to you
It
guys?
does. It also stops the potential drop-off rate, like you said,
Exactly.
with people just selling their tokens.
Yeah.
Precisely, yeah. Well,
I do agree with you though, but they do have the guy who's the CEO. He has a master's in economics, and he's actually got quite a nice economic model for. They're going to burn a percentage of tokens the more users are on the platform. So over time,
they're buying them back and burning, or
no, as in so what you use the SaveDroid token to pay for the services. So there's a flat monthly fee for all of their services, and there's also a 15% commission on all trading fees, which I think is probably a bit excessive. But when you use the token, they will take a portion of that token, burn it, and then it will go back into circulation.
So you got to reducing supply constantly.
Exactly. So as there are more users on the platform, there'll be more scarcity.
Yeah.
Theoretically, the price should go up with time. But
It's very presumptuous.
it is,
I
and
do,
given the fact that they market themselves as a utility token, they have like a lot of analyses and graphs on what the price will be in a few years, which I don't really think is necessary.
Yeah, it's again another assumption, is it? Maybe. Another notable mention, Mingo Coin, who I've been working with. They're one of the first Irish ICOs. Also getting into, well, they're going to be a money messenger as well, but it's a messaging collaboration or aggregating app. Also going to have a little platform for plugins as well for crypto economy there. So that's another interesting one to keep an eye on. We'll take a look at that. So good luck to Joe and Fran and the team at Mingo Coin. Guys, thanks a million. We'll get wardrobe around for next week, so we're not embarrassing ourselves. But no, good work.
Definitely.
Thanks a million for that, guys. So money, we could talk about many ICOs. There's going to be more, and I think it's something we'll probably come back to again at some point. I've been busy this week, or since the last show. I just got back from Zurich, where I mentioned earlier on that I was speaking alongside some really interesting people, the likes of the CEO of the Tezos Foundation, who we mentioned on the last show, Johan Havers. We mentioned also, I was speaking alongside the Prince Michael of Liechtenstein, as you do, and so that was good crack. I was also in Georgia last week, invited over by the guys from Kepler Tech, who we're familiar with. Kepler Tech is a very ambitious project run by Georgi Topuria, who expertly hosted me. So if you want to take a look at this little video, we'll maybe get the guys on the show in a future date. But here's my little vlog entry from Georgia.